Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. So guys, I just want to make a quick recording for a young lady who emailed me in regards to something I said in my last recording, and that was about your purpose partner, maybe your assignment. Now, I want to be very, very clear that I clarify this because this can kind of branch off in some different ways. But before I start, that's why I always tell everyone that I encountered, that be sure you get your revelation from God, because what can happen is when you're listening to more than one individual, or you may have friends that you call your friends and get their opinions about something, and then before you know it, you have 50,000 different opinions. So you kind of find yourself like trying to really pull. So that's why God should always, always, always be your revelation and use people as your confirmation. But here's the thing, guys, about assignments. Now, I do believe that there are different assignments in different seasons. It just all depends on how God uses you in particular. Now, if you're like me and you have this big heart and all these emotions and all that stuff, God just blessed you with that type of serving spirit. You have to be very, very careful about not making people your assignment who really is not your assignment. Because what happens is the flesh will get involved, your heart and your emotions are involved, and now you are creating an assignment that was never from God. And now when you're in that assignment, it's going to drain you. You're going to be watering dead grass. You're going to want to strangle somebody because you don't have the grace to carry you through during that assignment, because it was not about anything that God needed you to do. That was your flesh wanting something. You wanted better in that person. You saw better in that person because you wanted to make this person, yours and create this whatever you were trying to create. And so you never had the grace to carry you through that. And that is why it was draining. That is why you probably got your heart broken and everything else that follows. Now, I believe that when God gives us an assignment, it doesn't mean it makes the assignment easy. It just means that we have the grace to carry us through, and it keeps us sane. And if we're connected to the Spirit, it shows us how to deal with a person. It gives us, again, that grace just to carry us through. As far as dating or even marrying someone who could be an assignment, now that can be very, very tricky, because now, when I said what I said in the recording, what I meant, I didn't mean literally an assignment to pick apart and rebuild a broken person. I personally believe if it's an assignment like that, emotions can't be involved. If God had you on an assignment because God had you on an assignment where He really needs you to assist and help a broken person, and He has given you the grace to cover you during whatever it is that you're doing. Now, that person also have to still want it. There's no question about that. But, when you have the grace, it makes it easier and things kind of flow because it's in sync. So even if that person's giving you a hard time, you're able to walk away from it, but your emotions aren't involved. So it's, it's just like, hey, come back when you're ready. But when your emotions are involved, it confuses the assignment. So that's why I always tell people, if you have an assignment or if God uses you to help and heal broken people, as the person with the power and the strength, you have to be the one to be sure that you keep your footing on the ground. Meaning when you feel those feelings starting to come up on their end, because again, they're going to be vulnerable because they're opening themselves up. You're challenging them, and they're going to be expelling a lot of things that maybe they never really talk about before. And before you know it, they think they're in love with you. I've dealt with that so many times. And if I'm honest, I failed one time and it became a relationship, and it was a disaster because the emotions on both parts then got mixed in with what the assignment was. And then when I got convicted and realized why it was not working, the relationship, or most importantly, the assignment wasn't going anywhere, then that's when it was revealed to me, well, you don't have the grace anymore because you crossed those boundaries. So I believe that it just depends on what the assignment is. Something like that, where it's real heavy, and like this is a heavy assignment. I was gonna say burden, but it's really not a burden when you have the grace. It's hard, but it really won't be a burden. That's different. But what I was speaking about in the recording from this morning, meaning it could be something as simple as your purpose partner can be a person who trusts no one at all because they've been burned really badly, right? So now I'm not saying that this person is constantly like coming up against you and now you got to prove yourself. That's the whole point of the assignment. When God links it, it's natural. It's in sync. So this person may be, and this is just one example out of many, but this person can be a person who have no trust issues because every woman he's been with have burned him. So he don't trust anybody. But because now you're coming in from a spiritual stance and because God shows you, then you have a supernatural grace that when this person meets you, they will instantly feel safe with you. And then God will show them in the spirit that this is a different kind of person. So this person in turn would end up eventually trusting you way more fast than they could ever trust anybody. And so sometimes your assignment is not even about going in there and going back and forth with the person. It's just your presence. It is your character. It is making sure that you stay, connected to the spirit. Because sometimes people are watching you and you don't even know it. But if you're just being your authentic self and you're making sure that you're staying connected to the spirit, God will tell you how to move and when to move. And that's why it's crucial that you make sure you move accordingly, because that person can be dealing with some issues that you don't even know about. And they may have never even brought it to your attention. But because God used you for this person, before you know it, the assignment is complete. And you may not even know that you were an assignment to help them trust again. And so here, before you know it, your mate is now trusting you more than anybody you've ever trusted. And you, my friend, were an assignment, a healthy assignment. I hope this clarifies any confusion. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.